I've always, as far as music and art, I've had influence from brothers' wives that were involved in music, and other people. I love art, I love nature, I love the things that beautify life. And I seen that this was an avenue for me to take myself out of a life that I could no longer, accept for myself. I seen it as an avenue to express myself in a more positive way within my environment, and to try to help others in my environment to see that there's a different life other than gangbanging and or hurting other people. So I got more involved, and the more I got involved, the more interested it became to me. I built the windmill out of balsa wood, and I sent it to my father. It took me approximately 220 hours to do the windmill, and I had to piece it all together. It's with popsicle sticks, balsa wood, and a little bit of illustration board for the base. And then I sent it to my father as a gift. He raised me in the garage. And the very first thing I ever built, I came back from Germany in 1975. I was a little boy. I was on a ship for a month in my step-uncle's barge, oil rigger. And I navigated it, and so when I came back, I took 3 2x4s, one this long, one this long, one this long, and nailed them together, and took it to the river, put it in there, and it floated upside down. It turned upside down, so I wondered, why, scratching my head, and my father laughed as I came back to the house, and he knew what I was doing. And I love creating things and building things, so this is sort of a thank you to my father for giving me these abilities when I was a kid. We're limited because we really don't have the supplies right now. We cannot purchase, there's nothing left on the commissary to purchase, and the supplies that we did have in the art class are no longer there at the moment. But we do share our art, what we do in the cells. I've been locked up 21 years now, and I got locked up when I was 22. I'm 43 years old. We've grown after the '96 retrospect tape into a more, security dominant situation, and sometimes it doesn't allow us to the freedoms that we used to have. There were good freedoms that we had, artistic freedoms, educational freedoms that we had, and that is not, it doesn't really exist here. I think programming is important because it changed my life. It turned me from one way with the gangs to another way, where I haven't been involved in gangs in 18 years, 19 years. Programming is important. If we don't have it, you're going to have nothing but idle time, and idleness is the devil's playground. Anybody that may think that crime is a way of life, is a good way of life, forget about it. Because once you lose your basic freedoms, you've lost everything.
To me, art is a form of expression, is a form to do something with my time, to build something creative with a piece of time that I have on hand. Art is something that transports me to, not to another dimension, but to keep me mentally and spiritually busy.
It's a platform to stand upon in this environment. There's a lot of other ways that you can sink while in prison. And I think art gives me a platform to rise above some of the conditions that's in here that's extremely stagnating. So to me, art is a strong foundation because it makes me aware of the little beauty that's in my life. And I try to capture it on paintings.
Art, for me in my particular case, has helped me not only to connect with the outside world, I use it as a form of a bridge for me to connect with my family, with my loved ones. And I try doing portraits, and I found out I was good at it. And from there on, I have developed a certain technique myself that helps me to express the way I feel or the way I live in here, and which is it is a negative environment, but I try to make something positive out of something negative. And art has helped me with that. It's, like I said, it's a bridge to connect me to places where I want to be.
Well, with me, art, it was life-saving. I mean, it's an excellent form of rehabilitation. With the art, through the art, I've learned the discipline, the expression, the love. It connects me with the whole world. So the art have been tremendous for me. It allowed me to connect with my children, with my family, my mother, everyone. It create a bond. I mean, it's just done so many different things for me. So I think it's a great thing with the art.
And some of these brothers, the ones that know more than others, they share ideas. They help us to know how to combine the colors and create different hues and shadows and different tints. So basically, when you're talking about, asking about who teaches who, it's about sharing with each other.
What made it so beautiful for me was the fact that I learned from other individuals that was on death row, including Mr. Jones, William Jones. He helped me out early on. I'm talking about 15 years ago, when I was doing something that wasn't positive, it wasn't time consuming, I was in something else. But thanks to the guy that was on death row with me, around me, this is how I started painting.
William Bracy, he the one got me into painting. Just like Brother Jerry Ward just said, I got him into painting, and he was doing stuff that he wasn't supposed to do while he was on death row. I was caught up in that same atmosphere as well. I was doing a lot of stuff I wasn't supposed to do on death row. Bracy, William Bracy, took me, set me down, bought me my first tube of paint out of his own money, and showed me how to be an artist. And through that generous help from him, I done started helping others. I learned from him. The art class taught by Dr. Margaret Burroughs, brothers in there is in there for growth. It's camaraderie in art. It's friendship in art. Art transcends color.
Absolutely.
You know, and being a student and a pupil of Dr. Margaret Burroughs, a person who done lived to be 90, and she inspired me so much because I know her endeavor in the art is keeping her alive, and I know that's what kept me alive when I was on death row.
Bracy, Daryl Sims, all these guys, I never met them guys, but I feel like I know them guys because I learned about these guys through conversation, what they did, how they was, and things. And those guys are very inspiring to me. They inspire me a lot, and I listen to a lot of stories and even a lot of things that they taught and educated people. People in terms took those things and taught me some things. I learned some techniques through other people that Bracy taught. So he spread some things through the institution that's still going on today.
Death doesn't stop certain things from transpiring. Death just kills the body. Even though Bracy died, a lot of the stuff that he taught us live on. Just because we was on death row, that didn't kill what we had. They just gave us a death sentence. And I'm saying no matter what you is subjected to, you can still rise above. And so even though he's gone, everything that he truly loved the most is still being carried on, and that was his art. So to us, he's not dead.
In these places, as an institution of penitentiary Gustavio, there's a lot of potential. And there's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of skillful people that with the right guidance, you can have a lot of creativity coming out of this community, which is a community inside a bigger community. And I hope that by us expressing this opens a new window, a new door for more programs, because there's a lot of guys that would like to participate and employ their time in something edifying, in something constructive, and do something with their head, with time in their hands.